On my journey to become the best version of myself during quarantine, I interviewed guests who gave their life experiences and expertise on love to finances and everything in between. Join me to learn a thing or two on becoming the best version of you with Gigi Show.
Mic 1 in the purple, or is that pink? Then we got pink. Then we got Tameika over there and her lady in blue. And then we got my girl Michelle in the corner with her. Oh, that's so cute, Michelle.
It's Capricorn's rock.
Wow, she represents Capricorn tonight, y'all. So welcome to becoming the best version of you with G. And tonight's show is about sisterhood. So, and it's about the magical manifestation of sisterhood, a bond that is not easily broken. So I don't know about y'all, but I would not still be here talking to you with my sanity if it were not for my girlfriends. I'm telling you, drop an amen if you know what I'm talking about.
Amen.
Amen. And feel free, ladies, if you want to start a watch party. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to start one because I just forgot already. So, y'all, I thank you for joining us tonight. And we are going to be talking about the importance of having girlfriends, not just any girlfriends, but some good ones. Because we're going to talk about what a good one and a not so good one look like. Because there's a lot of people who get it confused out here, especially some of the younger girls I've talked to. They have shared that, it's a different world out here than it was when we were growing up. So I'm a good friend to them. So, but I want them to know how to be like us with their own peers. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to have each one of the girls, because they have some awesome, what could I say? I'm just surrounded by some cool chicks. Okay. So you gotta be a cool chick to be around some cool chicks. Okay. So these are just a part of my family of sisterhood. Okay. So I'm glad these are the ones that was like, okay, Mary, we down, we'll support you. We'll be on the show. The other ones who watching right now, yes, I'm calling you out. The other ones who watching right now was like, Mary, we'll support you, but I'm scared. So, but I still love them anyway. And I wouldn't still, like I said, be here if it wasn't for the whole tribe of my girlfriends. All right, so Marge, we're going to start at the top. Who are you? Tell the world who you are, baby girl.
Wait a minute. What do you want to know? That's the next. Okay, you just want me to introduce myself. You're going to put me out, throw me under the bus like that. All right.
Wait, wow. Introduce yourself. You don't got to tell the whole life story just yet, but introduce yourself and tell us some of the projects that you're working on.
All right. Okay. My name is Miss Marjon. Been knowing Mary Gigi for like you said earlier, boy, about over 20, 25, no, 30 years or so. I don't know. It seems like a long time. Fourth grade. All right. But basically, currently, I am a media personality. Getting ready to launch my own podcast TV show called Random Thoughts. Yes, thank you, ladies. Y'all got to be on the show once I get it together. It's launching July the 17th. The platforms it will be on Comcast TV, Wild Cable. Just got a contract with Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So we are doing big things. Also getting ready to launch my new communications business, which is July the 27th, called Mastermind Communications, where we're going to be specializing in public relations, media, and marketing. I've worked with a lot of celebrities. As a lot of you who follow me know, I've been in radio for now about 5 years. I've worked for iHeartRadio, where I had a podcast called Hot Topics with Miss Marjon, which was on the Mix 92.3 platform here in Detroit, Michigan. And My other hat that I wear, because that's one hat. The radio hat is my other background is in engineering, where I've worked for companies such as Mercedes-Benz, General Motors, I'm about to say GM, Caterpillar, Suzuki, and Yamaha. So now, do you want me to throw the ball to somebody else, or
Can I get a loan? All good job. I need a loan, Marge. I need a loan.
Yeah. So y'all are gonna come on my show. We're gonna blow up. We're gonna blow up together, because not one of us are gonna be rich and the others are not.
Say this, ma'am. Say this. All right, who wanna go next? Mic number 2 or mic number what mic is it? Mic number 3 or mic number 4?
Okay, I can go.
Okay, Shelly.
All right.
Shelly.
My name is Michelle Dawson, but I go by Shelly's View because some people call me Shelly, and I always have a point of view because I always have something to say. I used to be a little black shy girl, and then I became a grown black talk too much woman. But hey, it is what it is. I evolved in who I am today, and I'm proud of it. I love butterflies because I love the process of what a butterfly went through, the struggle, and how they become so beautiful, and the colors and the vibrancy of them. I have a blog. The name of the blog is A Heart Full of Conversations, LLC. And you can follow me on Instagram and also on Facebook. I also have a YouTube channel, and the purpose of A Heart Full of Conversations is to focus on the positivity in Detroit. We hear about all the negative things, but I like to share resources, positive places, people, organizations, all about Detroit. I also started a podcast. It's called the Issues of Life Podcast. Issues of Life, the podcast. And you can find it on Spotify, Anchor, whatever. Just check me out, okay? You can also find that on Instagram and Facebook as well. I also am a part of a nonprofit. It's called Circle of Friends Youth Foundation, which was founded by my good friend Deanne Jordan. And let's see, I'm always trying to stay busy and do things. I have a 16-year-old daughter who I'm about to choke in a little while, but I love her. And I call her my little Pocahontas. And I have a son. His name is the Superhero. And I've been married for a long time. That's a whole nother show. And that's about it for now, because I don't want to be here all day.
I told y'all, I got a strong crew, y'all. I mean, some dynamic women are in my life, and I am so grateful to be associated and affiliated with these dynamic Black women. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right, so last but not least, Meek, who are you?
Well, first of all, it's so exciting to be here on a Tuesday night, especially during this quarantine with 3 fabulous women of color. So thank you, Mary, for putting this together and for inviting me. You know, when you text the question over, I had to really think about, like, who am I? Really, I am in my 2.0 in life. So it's like you spent the first 40 years grinding. And I'm finally at a point in life where I feel like, you know, the Bible talks about seed time and harvest. And I feel like I'm finally in my harvest time. I'm a newlywed. I just got married about a year and a half ago. So really excited about that. My career has just skyrocketed. I'm now the Vice President of Marketing for the Detroit Regional Partnership, which is an economic development entity here in the Southeast Michigan. You know, I'm a sister, a friend, a mentor. Right now, I'm kind of viewing myself as an architect. For a lot of years, I was a firefighter, and you know, when you're always putting out fires, that's real heavy. And so I've been able to take
not literally everyone, but go ahead.
A firefighter in the sense of always putting out fires. I mean, with my previous career, I worked with the city of Detroit with the as the director of communications for the city's health department. So just constantly putting out fires, but now able to pivot, if you will, and now I'm more of an architect where I'm able to build. And so that's been able to transfer from my professional life and into my personal life.
Awesome.
And I love my people. I love being a Black woman. I love being a woman. I love it. Love it. Love it. Yes.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
I'll agree to that.
I love it.
Tameika is like, because I told you I got a whole clan, and they're either watching now or they're going to be tuning in. And we have these threads. I'm on several different threads. My phone be off the hook all day. I'm on a thread with Michelle, a thread with Marge, a thread with Tameika, and a thread with the other girls, a thread with my family, my mother, my sister, and everybody. And
her.
Yeah, shout out Mama.
Oh yeah,
Sheila.
Hey, Miss Hurt.
And you know what? Let me talk about my mama, y'all. I'm only gonna talk briefly because y'all know she a hot mess. And I had to have some extra going on with me to behave like this. I had to have this type of mother to come out like this. Okay. So me and Marjon gets so tickled by her all the time because usually I don't get embarrassed by other people because I have such a big personality. I probably embarrass them a little bit by just being married. But my mother, Lord have mercy. You talk about put out fires. I never know what bag she coming out of. I'm like, what? Did she just say what I think she said? I'd be so embarrassed. And Marjon was telling me the other day that her mother, it's a role reversal with her and her mother. That her mom is like me, like fingers crossed in public because you'll never know what response you gonna get. So her mother is always nervous about Marjon acting like my mother. And I act like Marjon's mother on pins and needles, like, Lord, please don't let this child embarrass me. But I bring up my mom because I grew up with my mother having this crew of girlfriends. And both her and Aunt Sheila on here. And shout out to Aunt Sheila, my mom. But they showed me, they were a good example of sisterhood and friendship. And they have a ton of friends too as well, girlfriends. But they showed me what true, and they've been friends for 50 years, not to give y'all an age, but a long time, And I respect that. And it was a good example for me because I don't know seriously what I would do without good girlfriends. Do y'all have that same testimony? Do you share that same? Marjon said no.
Not all the time.
You don't have good girlfriends all the time.
It depends on what day of the week. Let's be real, ladies. Let's be real. I mean, I definitely have a good sense. I guess Mary. We've been friends for a long time. Actually, ladies, me and Mary had lost connection, or had lost touch, and then we happened to see each other, and it was like years. Over 10 or 15 years we hadn't talked, and then all of a sudden we just reconnected. So that's real friendship. When you haven't spoken to somebody in years, and then all of a sudden you see them somewhere in the grocery store or out and about, and you can just connect like that. But also, I have a really good connection with my sorority. I gotta give a shout out to my AKAs. Where y'all at?
AKAs.
Where y'all at? I had to give that out. I'm sorry, y'all lost. I forgot where I was.
We don't discriminate. That's a good sisterhood too.
Mika and Michelle. I had to do that. Meek and Michelle. And Mary, I had to give a shout out to my AKs. But
it's all good.
Yeah, but other than that, I look like Mika. I love my Black people. So I love my Black sisters. We don't love each other enough. So
that's right. But would you say your inner circle? Because I am very protective of who is close to me. Okay. And they're kind of similar to me. Like each one of you are similar to me in some way, and so that's who I gravitate to. And that's who are in my inner circle. People who I can trust.
Yeah.
People who can pray for me. Mm-hmm. People who speak life into me, and people girlfriends are who are supportive. You know what I'm saying? Because God talk about is power. What's the phrase, Tameika? Is death and is life and death and the power of the tongue.
Yes.
So I have to have those kind of people around me because life is already a hot mess and even hotter right now. So we need that support. So if they shady Grady or they, a little bit on the suspect side, they can't be a part of my inner circle. That's just how it is, Michelle, you look like you want to chime in.
I just want to say, I don't really have a lot of friends, but the few that I have, they have my back and I have their back. People say I'm funny acting, I guess. It's some people like Marge, Mary. I don't care where, like Mary goes, she gonna meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? Marge just people person. But me, it take a minute. So it take a minute for me to like warm up. So when I consider somebody my friend, I consider you a friend. I mean, it's easy to have associates, but it's difficult to have true friends that truly have your back. Even like tonight, I know it's at least 2 or 3 good friends that are watching right now, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And then it's my mama and my auntie. Them are 2 road dogs.
Yes.
Outside of that, it's really 2 or 3 good friends. They'll say, oh, that's so nice. You want to be on a program. Oh, congratulations. But if they tune in, that's another thing. But my true friends, they gonna log. They can be sleepy. They gonna be in the car logging on the phone, but they gonna log in and support regardless. So it's a difference. You can easily have associates, but it's difficult to find true friends that really have your back.
I agree with you. Mary and I have known each other since college, so that's been 20 plus years. And we have, as she described, a circle. And really, it's those ladies, in DC, Chicago. Those are really the women that I stay connected with day to day. Along the way, over the course of those 20 plus years, you might meet 1 or 2. But to your point, most of them are associates. And then, too, I think, when you balance in work and just the day to day, I think it becomes like your immediate family. And really, especially at this point in life, you become your own best friend, too. The whole self-care. That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying? People, they don't know how to love themselves, so they don't even know how to be a friend to themselves. You know what I'm saying? So.
Or a friend to somebody else.
Exactly.
And I guess some of that, I mean, I'm just suspecting, but I guess some of that is upbringing and experience, their own personal experiences with women. And
learned behaviors. And then
behavior,
And then, too, I think we live in this reality TV, so unfortunately, people may mock a lot of those relationships and think that that's how it is in everyday life. I think that's just a small snapshot. But for the most part, I don't think that, I won't even name the show, but there's a show and they constantly go on trips with each other. And they know that they do not like each other. Do you know what it could be? But,
reality TV show.
Yeah. We won't say their name, but, that's an example of just a constant bickering. Now, if you do have a friendship that's lasted 20 plus years, maybe y'all fell out or had a little disagreement, but you're able to mend it. But just the day-to-day bickering, in most relationships, that's not how things are unfolding. And if it is, you probably need to get out of that because that's not a friendship.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. I was going to say, like, my best friend and I, like, time, wherever she is, but we always have disagreements. But the thing is, we respect each other's disagreements. It's one thing to constantly bicker with somebody, but, there's no perfect friendship. But when you have a disagreement, you learn how to respect each other's disagreements and, learn from it and move on. That's a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I think that is natural. I mean, I need to make sure I'm not painting this just rose peachy picture. One, being a female, number one, not being biased, but it is what it is. Being a female, number one, comes with certain things. Okay. So when I say that, I mean that, we may not agree all the time, but you can still agree to disagree in love. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to fist fight each other. We don't have to disrespect each other or call each other out each other names or any of that reality. And I'm going to say it. Any of that. I won't say the name, but y'all know who it is. But any of these reality TV, any of these reality TV shows,
right?
Any of these reality TV shows, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this, girls, because you know they don't represent my crew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we go out of town, when we go out to dinner, when we go or meet up at a function, we're not flipping over tables. I'm not pouring wine or drink on you or throwing shoes.
You're not throwing shoes, Mary? You're not
throwing shoes? You almost never said that.
I'm wasting no good wine in the first place now. How about that? Okay.
No, we ain't gonna throw no wine now.
We can't waste that. I can't have none, but we can't waste that for sure. But
that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, that ain't, it really is. I ain't ready for that show yet. But yeah, so anyway, and I mean, some of them girls, you know, I respect their grind and you know, they're doing some positive things in life, but I still think that it needs to be another representation, not just for TV, but just a sisterly love. And it is some shows out there. I don't get to see, you know, everything that's playing because we are so busy, you know, but you know, it hurts me to watch, and some stuff I stop watching because I love my sisters. And when I say sisters, I have white sisters, I have black sisters, I have Chaldean and Arab and Jewish sister. You know, sisterhood is not just based on just your color. You know, if that's all you do, then so be it. That's your circle. But it can expand, you know, and I'm grateful to have, you know, different experiences because at the end of the day, we all alike. You know what I'm saying? We all alike. We all alike. We all got a story. We all done been through something, you know. But so anyway, I'm glad that the world and that the viewing audience get to see another representation of sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? And so I wasn't even planning to talk about reality shows, but thanks to Tameika, we went there. Okay, so me and Michelle, and let me tell y'all about Michelle.
Lord, what you about to say about Michelle? I want to hear this.
I'm gonna tell a little bit about each one, my relationship with each one of y'all. And she right, I do not meet a stranger. I am Miss Social Butterfly. That's just who I am. I love people. I'm a people person.
Okay, well, what you about to say about Michelle? Hold on, we going around in a circle. Let's get to the point. I want to hear about this. Come on.
So I'm a people.
Right,
I'm a Libra. It's so like my mother, and so we really are social butterfly. I got it from my mama, right? So okay, so I'm gonna talk about my relationship with each one briefly because Tameika got me on a strict timeline. So she the mama of my crew, okay. Marjon is my playmate. You know, if I need a good laugh, if I'm in a sober mood or I'm just feeling down, I can call her, text her. This girl will immediately get me out of it because she cracks me up. So Michelle. Michelle is my ride or die go-to girl. First of all, I met Michelle at one of the art galleries I was managing. Okay. And we clicked right away. And she showed me how to be a better friend. She did. She really did. Don't get me crying, girl. She did. She is a good human being. She really is. And I'm so proud of Michelle because you know, this world label you and look at you a certain way. And, you know, I love to speak life into all of my girlfriends. And I hope they feel that way. But I support every last one of them. I never one day felt jealous or envious of somebody, you know, soaring in this category or getting a promotion here or moving there. I feel like what's mine is mine. And when it comes to me in due time and in due season, I will be grateful. I don't have to envy Tameika if she got a promotion. I don't have to envy Marjon if she driving a fresh Benz off the lot. I don't have to envy Michelle if she get her book published. You know what I'm saying? Because we are all working on something to better ourselves and to contribute something to the community, to the world. And so I just want to thank Michelle for just being my rock. Sometimes I call her. She done got me out of so many jams. Especially if it got anything to do with technology. I promise you, she my first one I call. And she's a beautiful mother. She got 2 wonderful children. She really is. She reminds me of
what's your address? I can drop them off. And you can have them for a little while. You can. But first of all, I just want to thank you, and also thank you for being a good friend as well. And the Holy Spirit really had to work with me because I wasn't always a good friend. You know what I'm saying? So it took time for me to become the person that I am today. And I must say it was the Holy Spirit that worked through me that allowed me to become who I am right now. And I'm still, a work in progress. So I thank you for that. And I appreciate you for always being there for me as well. Because I'll be like, Mary, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate it. I really do.
And yeah, on to Miss Nixon, Mrs. Nixon. Let me tell y'all about her a little bit. So this is the little dainty, prissy one out the bunch, okay? So I can be a little rough around the edges a little bit. And then it's another side, like some of them teaching me how to be more girly, Like I was practicing the other night, y'all, how to draw eyebrows. And I wish I took a picture, but I didn't trust y'all enough to share them because they looked a hot mess. So my sister, she teaching me too how to be, more girly girl, with lash. I don't have on none now because, girl, one to be over here and the other be over there. Marge, I forget I have them on and rub my eye.
Girl.
But Tameika, I met her in college, and at first we did not like each other. Not like
we didn't.
We did not like each other. I'm cute too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't the only cute one in the bunch. And so I know y'all all know about that. It's always one, And so she was so dainty and girly girl, but I respected and admired her. Even though she only, a year and a half older than me, she always
You ain't got to tell people's ages up in it.
She always act like my mother.
Good.
She always act like my mother for some reason when we are in the and I would listen to her. I'm like, why am I listening to you? You are not my mama. But she got that kind of effect. She good people, and she married a wonderful husband who I've met, and he was actually on one of the shows with the brothers. So they are an amazing couple doing some big things, and God truly anointed and blessed their relationship. And it's just wonderful to see her evolve. It really is. I'm glad I'm still around to see that. And Marge.
Love you, Mary. Thank you.
Marge in 4th grade. I don't know how often we got in trouble. And then we had the nerve to go to Catholic school after that together. If it was up to my mother, I would have went off to college with her too. But, my mom already had me enrolled somewhere else and had a whole nother plan I didn't even know about. But Marge, we broke apart because this girl had been all around the world and back again. I would wonder where Marjon is. I'm in Dubai. Wonder where Marjon is.
Wow. She
in Europe somewhere. Wonder where Marjon is. She didn't move to California. She didn't move to she didn't move everywhere. Right. So when I learned that Marge was moving back to the city, I was so happy. And she found this letter, y'all, when I was 17 or something, and it's so cute. I got to share it one day, even though I got a couple errors in it, but it's all right. But it was so sincere, and I told her, Marge, no matter where you go, we'll always still be friends. Even though you leaving me now, we'll still be friends no matter what. And here we are. She left for a minute. And we still, we like she said, you pick up a true friend.
You pick
Right.
It don't
That's
matter
good.
how long y'all been apart. Y'all just come back together and pick up where you left off because
good.
the love is real, you know. So I
Man.
appreciate both of y'all, I really do. So okay, let me get back to what I'm supposed to be looking at. 'Cause you know I be going off my notes. Okay, so Marge, no. So do you,
Y'all, it's gonna be a long night.
no, because Tameika got me on the
Tameika
clock.
already gonna shut it down. She already
Oh,
I know.
I'm about to turn it.
Okay, so
started
y'all be
at 9.
quiet.
We got 8:07. It's shut down at 9:07. Okay. So
So be quiet so I can ask my question. Okay.
Oh Lord.
So okay, do y'all think that I'm hot? I got a fan, y'all. I was baking some chicken before this. I'm hot in here. And I don't want y'all to hear the air going. So
Oh Lord.
I got a fan a little bit, y'all. But anyway, do you think that look at Marge? Do you think that they're seasonal friends? And I say this was my point 10 minutes ago when I talked about Michelle. We talk about that, and I want Michelle to start off with that. Do you think that you know how to do it, girl? We didn't talk.
Well, you know, this was one of the first subjects we talked about on the podcast. Seasonal friendships. And you know what? It's okay. You know, at first, some friendships are not meant to be a lifetime. You know, that's just the way that they're designed. We cross paths, and then sometimes we continue together on that journey, and sometimes we branch off, and sometimes we come back together again, like, you know, you and Marge. But overall, I feel it is seasonal, and it's okay. Sometimes we get so caught up in like, oh my God, I can't believe this person not my friend anymore, and blah, blah, blah. But it's okay. It's okay to move on. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, the leaves on the trees. Sometimes the leaves, it go through different seasons. Aretha Franklin made a song about it, you know, about seasons. You know, the leaves, sometimes they come back, and sometimes they don't come back at all. Sometimes the tree dies. But
that's good.
Regardless, it's okay to move on from that, because sometimes we want friends or friendships to last so long it becomes toxic, and it's not good for our soul. And in order for our soul to feel whole, and for us to be whole and a better person to our family, you know, to friends or whatever, we have to let go. And I'm not just even talking about friendships. It can be a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You might be in a toxic relationship that you might not need to be in anymore. You know, regardless, it's okay to let go. We have to let go and give it to the Holy Spirit and keep it moving. And I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but once you grow up and you understand that you have to take care of self, it won't be so hard to let go.
That's good.
That's good.
I felt the anointing in that.
All in her shana. All right, Marsh, what you got to say?
I can't come behind that. This is master collection. I mean,
y'all see my cash up. I'm gonna see my cash up.
Mika knows me now. We family now. Mika knows me now. Michelle already know, and Mary already know. I have a very unconventional sense of humor and how I view things. Yeah, people are seasonal. It's funny you mentioned that. I'm going through that now. I am literally scrolling and deleting folks in Facebook and in my contact list because, as you know, every time you go up a level, you're going to meet a new devil. And so with that, you know, today I announced the new podcast TV show, and I had to delete folks today.
Yeah.
Because it's always going to be somebody who's not on the same level. They can't appreciate, you know, where you're trying to go. And here's the thing. I remember somebody said to me one time that it's not crowded at the top. So I don't know why people trip. It's like everybody wants to be crabs in a barrel, but the thing is, it's so much more room on the top. And I'll never forget when I was around Judge Mathis. Everybody knows Judge Mathis. Judge Mathis is my boy. He's in Chicago, but he even said one time when we was a group of us, a group of us was in a room together, and he said, show me 10 of your friends and I'll show you what direction you're going in. And that is so true. That's so true. So that's why my circle is constantly changing. and I'm used to it by now. And that's probably a whole nother show. But that's why when I do meet people who are genuine, I love it. I knew Mary would be a friend to the end. Nobody's perfect. And then I met Michelle. I just met Mika, but Michelle, I remember I had a birthday party.
What do you think? Do you think that, well, I already know the answer, so I'm going to let you tell it. What do you feel about Season of Friendship?
So I've been reading these quotes. It's called the Billionaire Mindset.
I have that book.
So it's like beyond the money. It's a mindset. And to Marge and Michelle's points, when you look at the seasons, there's winter, spring, summer, and fall. And when you have seasons in your life, even when you look at it from a business perspective, when companies have a restructuring, typically when there's a restructuring, there's someone new coming in and they're going to do things a different kind of way. And so we got to get out of this thinking that things are going to stay the same way forever. People evolve, we change, we grow. Right now during this quarantine, one of the key phrases I've been hearing across the board is this pivot. We got to know when it's time to pivot. And that don't mean that the girl did something wrong to you or y'all fell out. It's just you got to pivot. It's like if you buy a new house, how many people know that when you buy a house that in most cases, the furniture that you had in the old house don't necessarily fit in the new house. Now you might put it in the basement, but because it's a new house, the walls are different, the windows are different, everything is different, the vibe is different, the floors are different, the staircase, is on that side of the house. And so that don't mean that the furniture that you had before ain't about nothing. It just means it doesn't fit this house. There may be some key pieces, but for the most part, you need to get a new set of furniture. And so some pieces do carry you along the way. Some do, but everything don't. If you got good taste, it don't. So,
ooh, girl, say that. Say that. Okay. We can drop the mic on that subject.
What you say?
You better get that Art Van furniture. Leave that partner white alone. No,
right, not that Value City, right?
That Value City. East Side
Do
furniture.
we have Art Van anymore?
No, we don't.
No,
that was my spot. Until I was introduced to Gorman and a more upscale.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I got stuff from Value City. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Back in the day, I did too. I ain't brand new. Okay, so like she said, as you move up, you get some better stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But there's still some key pieces that's gonna go with you for the long haul. So you ain't getting rid of everything, but yeah.
Right. Exactly. Right. That's real. That's real talk right there.
We have a nickname for her from college.
But I don't think it's like this.
Wait, what's the nickname, Tameika? What's my nickname?
Scary Mary.
Scary Mary.
Scary, yeah.
Scary.
Like
and Michelle probably shocked to hear that because
we don't call you that anymore. That was from back in the day. You just married now. Yeah.
Scare, but I'm still scared when it comes to some stuff. But some stuff I can't do and participate in or go to certain places. I just can't do it. Michelle be calling me bougie at time. I'm like, girl, my mother, she just kept me in a certain environment, and I get nervous when I come out of it.
Okay, but you know what, Marge said one thing, and she said, as far as friendship, keeping it real, and I think that's one of the reasons why I might not be able to keep friends, because I don't sugarcoat anything, and I don't want people to sugarcoat anything with me. You know what I'm saying? Please keep it real with me. Don't have me out here just looking any old kind of way and being embarrassed. You are truly my friend. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be malicious with it, but you're saying it so I can grow as an individual and become a better person. That's all I want.
Right.
That's right.
Well, Michelle, I call it, it's important, I think, to have a circle where somebody can politely pull your coattail or let you know that back in the day, I know they don't wear it, but back in the day, they can tell you how your slip is hanging. But it's only a small group that can do so, you know what I'm saying, who have been warranted are given the rights to do. That ain't for everybody to say or to do. But that small circle that has your best interest, they have the permission to do so because they're going to be doing it out of love and just to help sharpen you.
Exactly.
But you know what? I think that goes into trust, trusting that individual and knowing their true intention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they, I mean, it's, you can criticize somebody, what is it? Constructive criticism. But as long as it's coming from the heart, it's not there to tear you down. You know what I'm saying? You still speaking life in that person, but you, like Michelle said, you keeping it real 100 so that they can be their best self. You know, y'all know I don't have no problem telling somebody about you know what they got going on. Me and Marge was on the phone the other night and I was getting her together. I'm like, Marge, listen, you need to do this and this. And Tameika has absolutely no problem getting me together, okay? And some of our other friends, Michelle keep it 100 too. And I listen because I know where their heart is. I know they're not being malicious. I know they're not speaking death into me. And I know they have my best interest at heart. So here go the other question, y'all. Girl codes. So for those young ladies who are younger than us, and maybe some older ones maybe could be familiar with this or re-familiar with it, what do you think girl code is, and are there any, and talk about the do's and don'ts of girl codes? I know there's a ton of them, but what are some very important girl codes that you and your crew live by, or that you personally live by?
I think one of the first things is having safe conversations. So basically, if I get on the phone and I'm, talking to you, Mary, knowing that conversation stays between me and you, and that it's not out here on Facebook and other social media platforms, or you telling other people. So I think that's the first thing, especially as women of color, always having to keep on this cape, if you will. And so sometimes kryptonite can take you out, and you might need some friends or a safe place, even outside of the church, where you could just be like, look, this is on my nerves. And you could just really be transparent and express how you feel without being judged. So knowing that once you have that conversation, that it stays behind that closed door, that phone call or whatnot, and you don't have to worry about, it getting out there. So I think that's one of the key things, the confidentiality of the friendship. And especially when when you've known somebody 20 plus years, I mean, parents in the hospital, death, broken up relationships. I mean, you have seen a lot of tears and a lot of good times. And so knowing that I got 25 years history with Mary, and I know that stays, the good and the bad, that stays amongst us. Of course, the good stuff, that's what we post on social. But the other stuff, that's between us.
Right. I totally agree. Trust and respect. Those are the two key aspects of a true friendship. That's good. Trust and respect all day long. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff me and my friends, good friends share, we gonna go to the grave with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you stated, everybody don't need to know everything. And sometimes we don't have to share everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but sometimes we do need to vent, and we need to talk to somebody, and we need individuals that we can truly trust. Yeah. And in the end, we know that we'll respect each other. And like you stated, Tameika, not be judgmental. It's so easy for us to throw rocks. Everybody want to live in a glass house and throw rocks at everybody. I've seen something earlier about this being the cancel culture. Everybody want to cancel everybody. But you forgot you got something in your closet too. If you open up a whole bunch of those, gonna fall out. Okay? So we need to make sure that we can trust and respect each other as friends.
Yeah.
Wait, Michelle, did you say cancel?
Yeah, this is the cancel culture. Like, if somebody is your friend, and then you found out, something that they might have done that you might not agree with. Oh, cancel that person. You shouldn't talk to that person. And then there's this trail of everybody no longer want to be associated with that person. But everybody's going to fall from time to time. Everybody's going to get to a situation or go through a situation. You know what? We're human. We don't always make the best decisions. So we have to make sure that we are around individuals who will, when we confide in them, that they, like you stated, won't call up, girl, you know what's up, Cecilia? Girl, blah, blah, blah. Then it's subliminal messages on Facebook. Why she post that about me? I shared that with her. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to trust that person. And that person not going to cancel you because they're not judgmental. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
That's good.
That's good. What you got to say, Marge? You got to add to that.
Girl, they just knocked it out. I'm like, you know, I agree with both of them, you know, I just say 2 snaps and a twist. I mean, you know, and just so you know, Mary know I'm kidding about that money, because you know, y'all, she gonna call me later and say, Marge, what did you say about that money?
No, I ain't tripping, girl.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but all jokes aside, no, girl code. You know, it's funny you mentioned that, because I actually did a post and I got a tremendous big response on Facebook about that. And one of the, I think, the questions I posed was, how do you feel about if one of your friends dated one of your exes? And that
I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring that up.
I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself.
No, that's good. That's good. Go ahead.
Last 5 minutes, Mika.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
But no, all of what they said, and you know what? Just real quick, because Mika and Michelle summed it up. But Mary, just kudos to you for what you do. I mean,
thank you.
I mean, it's hard to meet people like Michelle and Mika said, who are loyal, true to the game, that, you know, when you excel, they are happy for you genuinely. And that's one thing I can say about you. I almost called you your nickname. Woo, Gigi. Mary.
I have so many, right?
Yeah. But thank you so much for having us on here, because you have people who don't even want to share their platforms, you know, their time, you know, like something like this to, first of all, not a lot. To have us on here, but also speak positive, you know, things about us. So thank you. I mean, I'm gonna go cry after it's over.
Hush, Marge. Okay, so real quick, I gotta throw this in there. What do you think about the girls who call each other out of their names, like using the B word? Do you think that's is that a term of endearment, or is it disrespect?
Not for me.
Okay. I'll be honest. When I was younger, I did joke like that. I'm gonna be honest. But when you get to a certain age, I'm over 40. Okay, it's not cool anymore. It's a certain time when you gotta grow up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not cool. That's not cute. You know, it's not. So yeah.
You know what? I agree and disagree. I think, I'm about 40-ish. And you know, yeah. I this is something else that I posted, because we did an actual interview with the Insecure crew with Issa Rae and them. And as most of you know who watch that show, the B word and the N word are used every other word. And so it was kind of interesting. Half of the women said they use it as a term of endearment, because it's like the way you use it. If you saying that B, you know, she stank or she's ugly, then yeah, that's bad. But if you like, girl, that's my B, girl, B, please. That it's a different way. And I'm just the messenger. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've used it in both ways. I'm a work in progress.
But this is a non-judgmental zone. So hey,
just don't call her no.
I wouldn't call none of y'all that. You know what I'm saying? I think you know where you can use it, but I'm just saying, you got a TV show that everybody watches, and Issa Rae said it. She knows it. I mean, every other word, her best friend is using it on the show. So I think nowadays in 2020, people are using it. They may not do it in public, but they definitely doing it when they're, you know, amongst their girls.
Tameika?
Oh yes.
I know your answer.
Yeah, it's a no. It's a no. Yes, it's a no for me.
Yeah, it's a no for me too. I don't call my friends, because my friends are like my sisters, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, to each his own. I'm not knocking whoever do it. That's you and your crew. But me and my crew, we don't do that. That's not a term of endearment
Mm-hmm.
to us.
Yeah.
We look at it as disrespect. Even if playful, I just don't like the word. I just
Like Marjon stated, though, it also might depend on some people have different circle of friends. I'm not saying like you would do that, but some certain friends you feel like a little bit more comfortable with, and then there's other friends that you just, you know what I'm saying, you just won't do certain things around. You know what I'm saying? So,
Girl,
you have different sets of friends, like you said, you have different threads. Certain people have different circle of friends that they feel comfortable doing certain things in. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or, condone or anything, but I'm saying just that
is
happens.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that you got folks that do it, and some people say it helps add an emphasis in what they're saying. To be like, girl, but if you be like, girl, please, and then you say, be please, it's like a whole different type of.
This gonna be a whole nother
you
show.
say, see, if somebody said that to me, be pleased, and they smiling and laughing, I stop laughing. It ain't funny to me no more. Because now I'm looking at you like, what you just funny?
Yeah.
But you have to understand that like, for example, if it was me, I wouldn't say it to you because I know you ain't gonna like it. I got certain other girlfriends that's how they roll. Just like I got certain girlfriends that drink, and I got certain friends that don't. I got certain friends that smoke. I know cigarettes. And I got certain girlfriends that don't smoke cigarettes.
And you know what I had to learn? I'm the type of person where I want everybody to get along, and I want all, my friends to mesh, all three of them or whatever, but whatever. But I had to learn it's okay to have different sets of friends. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't have to mesh together. And, and that's where I had to learn. I was like, I would just want everybody to get along. But sometimes it doesn't work like that, and that's okay.
But you're not around everybody all the time anyway. So a lot of times I'm your friend.
I'm just saying, I can give an example where it was like an event, it was a party that was going to happen, or a trip that was going to happen, and I wanted everybody to go, but everybody don't mesh well together. Everybody can't travel together, even though you have all the same friends. Everybody can't do, all your friends can't do, like I might do well with this group of friends traveling somewhere or going to an event, but another group of friends, they might not feel right going with the other group of friends. I don't know if I'm making sense, but
no, true. That's true.
Me and
Tameika have experience.
I don't go past 8 Mile. I'm just kidding.
Girl, you don't live nowhere near 8 Mile, so hush.
We've traveled together. We've had a lot of fun over the years.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, that's a whole. We about to open up that window because a lot of stuff went on in our past as youngsters. And just say that the grace of God covered us through all our.
What college did you go to, Mary? Tell everybody where you and me went to college.
Oh well, undergrad.
We went to the nation's first private Black institution, Wilberforce University in Wilberforce, Ohio, 1856. HBCU.
Yeah.
Across from our sister school, Central State.
Yep. W.E.B. Du Bois. Yep. So, and I went on to grad school. That
Mary,
was
we gonna get in trouble. You see what time it is? Tameika gonna get us.
That was a whole different experience.
We gonna let us go. We gonna go into overtime by 5 minutes.
So, last question, ladies, because y'all got to leave a nugget. Because I'm all about being our best version. So the whole purpose of this was to share what we've shared. And the last nugget I want to drop is, what would you tell young girls about how to be not just how to meet like-minded people like them? We already talked about what a good friend looks like, but it's some girls out here who struggle with finding somebody like-minded and similar to who they are. What would you say to them?
Wow, that's good. Ooh.
Well, during this quarantine, that may be a little bit challenging. my first recommendation is like kind of study the people that you want to have in your inner circle. Like right now, I'm always reading books. Like right now, I'm reading this book called Emotional Intelligence by R. Stevens. And so you can kind of create your own world. And I do believe that you'll draw those right people to you. But I think before it manifests, you got to kind of have in your mind, who do you want to be in your circle? And they say that if you're the smartest one in the group, then that's a problem. So you need to kind of like increase.
That's real.
Look at who your circle. But see it ahead of time, see it ahead of time. And then the Bible tells us, too, to show yourself friendly.
Girl, go on, Mika.
Show yourself. Show who
He's so
you
smart.
is.
Mika's so smart,
Girl,
Show who you
That's
is.
why she my friend. That's why she my friend.
Mika,
Show who you is.
Mika got that big old thick book.
We read around here. We read.
Girl.
So Marge, what you got to say?
Okay. You always, I'm either behind Michelle and Mika after they done dropped a serious, number 2 nugget.
This my crew. This my crew.
I agree everything Mika said, but it also, you gotta it's not even so much the young women. It's the women, period.
Yeah,
because you'll find that, as you get older, your circle is gonna change. And you want to find not so much people that are like you, but people who you want to be. That's the thing, because sometimes you're going to realize you're going to outgrow people. There's going to be people who want to still stay at level 1 and you already at level 3 or 4 and 5. And like I said, I'm constantly having to change, scroll, select, and delete in my phone. So
that's good.
You got to, as I meet.
You said, excuse me, scroll, select, and delete?
Yeah, scroll, select, and then delete, because everybody
that's the nugget.
I like that.
Everybody ain't gonna go to that same level with you, ladies. Let's be real. I've known Mary for years, but then I met Michelle, and now I met Mika. And it's like, even like with Michelle, there's times I talk to Michelle through texting or whatever, and Mary not around, but it's cool because that's the beauty of it all. Because Michelle is a reflection of Mary and vice versa. Now I've met Mika, and it's all good, so you got it. Ladies, this is the time. COVID-19, oh my goodness, this is the time to really hit reset and start anew. Get a new group of friends. Get a new goal. Get a new car. They don't
Word. Right.
That BMW, that new attitude. I'm sorry. Okay, hit it, Michelle. All right, let me be quiet.
Well, I remember somebody had a discussion about
Tameika, 5 minutes and we out. Go ahead.
Hey.
I remember, and I stated this earlier throughout this broadcast, about in order to be a good friend, you have to be a good friend to yourself. And then I'm in a BBS class. They also said you also have to love Christ. You know what I'm saying? So first, and a lot of people, they don't know about Christ. And they don't know about the love of Christ, but I think that's foremost. And everybody has their different beliefs, but that's just what I believe. So first you have to love Christ, then you love yourself, and then you'll be able to love others. And then in the beginning, when we're young, we're really not sure who we are as an individual. So it's very difficult to pick out like what type of friends that you may need. We pick out the friends that we want, but we don't necessarily associate with the friends that we need. But as we grow older, we understand what we need in a friendship. So I know what my worth is now. And as you understand your worth, you'll understand what you need in a friendship as well. So as I grow and evolve, and I know that I want to become better with money, I want to become better spiritually, I want to become better as far as how I treat others and make a difference in the world. So I'm trying to associate myself with people that also want to do the same thing. We're not going to always agree, but we have some of the same likeness, and we have some of the same spiritual ideas, and we know what we need in a friendship. So what we do, we feed off of each other, and that's how we grow. So that's what friendship is to me right now. Who knows what it'll look like another year or 2 years, but at this moment, as you stated, we're living in a pandemic, and we're going through a COVID. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection. I've also started yoga, so I'm trying to be a yoga teacher as well. So I've been doing a lot of self-reflection, and in that I'm shedding, just like a butterfly does. Like I'm shedding, and as I shed, I'm growing as well, and I'm understanding what I need in not only my friendships, but in my relationships. What I need to become a better mother, what I need to become a better sister, a friend, or whatever. So that's all I need. You can say at this time. So hopefully that's somebody.
And I want to say this last thing, that birds of a feather, they do flock together. And if you are hanging around, it might not start off that way, but trust me when I say, you might hang around some friends who everybody smokes cigarettes with you. You keep hanging with them, and let's circle back around in about 2 or 3 months, you will have one in your hand puffing it. And if you are hanging around 3 broke people, I guarantee you will be the 4th. Okay. Ooh. And if your goal is to level up, which I only hang around girls who are leveling up. If your goal is to level up, and this one or that one have already met the millionaire status or the 6-figure status or whatever number your goal is, then that's who you hang around. Because I guarantee that if you keep hanging around them, you will be the next one as well. Okay. So know your worth too. Know your worth. My mother used to tell me, know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Know when it's time to check out. Know when it's time to check out. You do not have to be in an abusive relationship with a man, and you don't have to be in a toxic, dysfunctional relationship with a female friend either. So know your worth. Know your worth. And so on that note, ladies, I thank you, because y'all know I could be talking 2 more hours. I thank y'all for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
I should have. I need Tameika to be on my show every time, so I don't go over my time. Because
right.
She was there, I was so conscious.
You're like, you got 5 minutes.
Right. I thank Marge. I thank Tameika. I thank Michelle. I love y'all to infinity.
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate y'all nuggets and taking the time out to kick it with us and share your truths. And so everybody who is listening, this show is called Becoming the Best Version of You with G. And just like some of the girls said during COVID-19, this is the time to purge. This is the time to push reset. And that's why the Lord had me do the show in the first place, is to take advantage of this time to create a new normal, to do away with our old normal. And when we come out of COVID-19, we have a new, better normal.
Well, that concludes the Becoming the Best Version of You with Gigi show. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, y'all. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and check out our other inspiring videos. Until next time, toodles.